Radio Raheem down here at Wild Card Boxing Gym with none other than Mario Lopez, always training in shape. You happen to be wearing the Muhammad Ali tank, obviously, the passing of the great one. And I thought, it would be a good time to just get your thoughts on, you've been in this game a long time. You've been on television a long time. It seems like you may have encountered him over the course of your career and life. Have you ever had a chance to be in the same room?
I had the honor and privilege to spend some time with him just this past year, as a matter of fact. And I also got to work with him at the fight night down in Phoenix for his organization. And I'll never forget when he sort of waved me over and whispered a little something in my ear and gave me a little body shot. And it just kind of made my day, and took a picture, and that's something that was very special to me. And I mean, what can be said that hasn't already been said about the man himself? But what I've always said about Ali is, I think him, along with maybe Michael Jackson, for lack of a better example, are one of the only figures that you could literally go all over the world and they're beloved and respected and they're known. Really, like, truly transcended sports, and they're known, and whether it was entertainment or what have you. You don't see what he did in the ring. It speaks for itself, but you don't see too many people like him in general nowadays, especially in sports, where they stood for something, where his impact just on mankind was just as great as it was on the sport itself. Him and Jim Brown, and I know it was during the Civil Rights era, but you don't see that, and I think that's why his imprint will be a part of history for forever. So he's truly a historical figure and transcended the sport and touched so many lives because of his imprint outside of the ring.
He was such a large personality and had accomplished so many things in different aspects of life. I'm curious, is there one thing that stands out, one thing that maybe influences you or it was impressed upon you by Muhammad Ali?
I mean, the guy, handsome guy, and was whooping ass. And in an era when the best athletes were in boxing and truly one of a kind, and all these young cats who try to have the gift of gab and be charming, and he did it in a way where he kind of did it with a wink and a smile, and it was even though you couldn't get away with saying the stuff that he said nowadays, when you had the gorilla with Joe Frazier, you couldn't do that nowadays, but he did it in a way where he was so charismatic about it that only he could pull it off, and he's been often emulated, and so many people tried to intimidate him, but just truly one of a kind. So just his aura, and that's just something that you either have it or you don't.
And lastly, Mario, when your kids get on the internet in a few years and they come up on Muhammad Ali's picture and they ask you, who is Muhammad Ali? What's the answer?
Well, I'm looking forward to sharing that with my son, with my daughter for that matter. And fortunately, there's enough films and docs and books to educate someone. I think I read somewhere there was more books written about Ali than there were about most historical figures. So I don't think there's going to be a shortage of info to impart.
Radio Raheem with Mario Lopez sharing his thoughts on a great man on a sad day, but a day on which we're reflecting on the life of someone who impacted us all, Muhammad Ali. Thank you for the time, man.
Got it, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Cool. Is that cool?